You feel completely alone. The weight in your chest is so heavy, you wonder if anyone could possibly understand. The world outside keeps spinning. People laugh, talk, move on, but inside, it's as if everything has stopped. Your hands tremble, clenched tight, trying to hold back the storm. The clock ticks on. Indifferent, shadows stretch across the room as rain traces an aimless river's pound down the window. Your reflection is fractured, lost in the blurred glass, barely recognizable even to yourself. In these moments, isolation becomes a physical ache, a silence that presses in from all sides. You whisper prayers you're not sure anyone hears, but heaven sees it all. Even when you feel invisible, every sigh and every tear is counted by the one who formed you. The world may rush by, blind to your pain, but the throne of grace is never far. Through the storm's veil, a light breaks, gentle, insistent, refusing to be quenched. Above the chaos, doves ascend into a sky split by thunder and hope. Each wingbeat is a reminder. Your suffering does not escape God's notice. While you shiver in the cold rain, the warmth of his gaze never leaves you, even for a moment. Your private agony isn't a sign of divine neglect. It's the forge in which endurance is refined, not the evidence of abandonment. Picture a blacksmith's workshop, dark, hot, relentless. The raw metal is thrust into the fire, glowing red, then struck again and again. The pain is real, the process intense, but in Isaiah 48:10, the promise is clear. I have refined you, not as silver, but I have tested you in the furnace of affliction. In the darkness, fiery sparks dance, illuminating the hidden work. What feels like destruction is the careful shaping of something strong, something beautiful. God's hands are steady, unhurried, and intentional. The flames you fear are not meant to consume you, but to reveal the gold within you. Think about Paul's thorn in the flesh, a persistent, unrelenting struggle. The apostle who wrote about joy and triumph also knew the bitterness of unanswered prayers. 3 times Paul pleaded for relief, and 3 times the answer was the same. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. 2 Corinthians 12:9. Imagine an ancient parchment, edges worn by time. The ink of these words shining through the centuries. A thorny vine curls around the script, each barb a reminder of pain endured, yet the vine does not choke the light. It transforms. Slowly, the thorns dissolve into threads of gold, weaving hope through every wound. God's grace does not remove all suffering, but it radiates through it, turning agony into testimony. Every tear you cry is precious. Not one is wasted. Revelation 21:4 promises that God himself will wipe away every tear from your eyes. Picture for a moment the glistening surface of a single tear. Look closer. Within that drop, the reflection of distant stars. Pain and promise mingled. In the blink of an eye, what falls from your cheek becomes a comet, streaking across the galaxy, declaring to the heavens that your sorrow is seen, your heartache remembered. There are no forgotten tears in the kingdom of God. Each one is a seed, sown in the soil of suffering, destined to bloom in the garden of eternity. That relentless loneliness, the ache of being misunderstood, unseen, or left us behind, does not have the final word. Your suffering is not solitary. No matter what your mind tells you, you are surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses. Hebrews 12:1. Those who have walked through darkness and found the dawn. Imagine a single candle flickering in the cavernous hush of an ancient cathedral. Its light is fragile, but then, one by one, other flames ignite. The darkness recedes, replaced by a wave of golden warmth. Silhouettes gather, kneeling in the gentle glow, connected by invisible threads of faith and longing. You are never as alone as you feel. The prayers you whisper in secret are echoed by countless others, all carried upward on the breath of the Spirit. Your secret suffering isn't random. It is not the chaotic spin of a cruel universe. On one side, the storm rages, lightning, wind, the howl of uncertainty. On the other, the hands of a master weaver work patiently at the loom. Romans 8:28 declares that God works all things together for the good of those who love him, who are called according to his purpose. See the golden thread, shining, resilient, connecting the chaos to the craftsmanship. The pain you bear, the confusion you face, is being woven into a tapestry you cannot yet see. What feels frayed and broken now will, in the fullness of time, reveal a pattern of mercy, redemption, and glory. The crushing disappointment, the moments when dreams shatter, plans fall apart, and hope feels like a cruel joke, isn't the end of your story. Think of pottery, cracked and shattered on the floor. But then, with tender hands, each piece is gathered, and gold is poured into every fracture. This is kintsugi, the art of making broken things more beautiful because of their scars. Ephesians 2:10 whispers across the fragments, "For we are God's masterpiece." The gold lines are not attempts to hide the wounds, but to honor them. Your brokenness is not your defeat, but the canvas for God's redemptive artistry. Where others see only damage, he sees the mark of belovedness. Stop believing the whisper that your pain is proof of God's absence. The accuser loves the courtroom, dark, cold, condemning. He slams the gavel, declaring you guilty, forsaken, unworthy. But the tomb is empty. The stone is rolled away. The voice of accusation is drowned out by the light of resurrection. See David, a king brought low by sorrow, praying in the shadows. See Peter stepping onto storm-tossed waves, faith wrestling with fear. See the desperate woman, reaching out to touch the hem of Jesus' cloak, her shame and isolation transformed by a single moment of divine compassion. You are not condemned to suffer alone. History is full of those who found God nearest when hope seemed most lost. Your endurance is producing for you an eternal weight of glory, far beyond all comparison. 2 Corinthians 4:17. The burdens you carry seem immovable, rocks pressing down day after day. But in the upside-down kingdom of God, the heaviest stones begin to rise, defying gravity, lifted by grace. Watch as barren deserts burst into gardens, life springing from what seemed dead and forgotten. The wilderness is not a punishment. It is the place where miracles take root. The promise is not for a life without pain, but a life where pain becomes the pathway to glory. So, walk in that revealed truth. Even now, as dawn breaks and shadows flee, lift your arms to the rising sun. The cross stands behind you, a silhouette etched in golden light. the emblem of suffering transformed into victory. You are not unseen. You are not forgotten. Every dark night, every silent prayer, every trembling breath is known to the one who loves you beyond measure. The sunrise is for you. The light breaking the darkness is your inheritance. Your suffering is seen. Revelation 21:4. God himself will wipe away every tear from your eyes. There will be no more death, or mourning, or crying, or pain, for the old order of things has passed away. Hold fast to that promise. Let the warmth of it seep into your bones. Your story is not over. The author is still writing, and every page is held in hands that bear the scars of love. Take courage, broken one. The night is nearly over. The pain you feel is not wasted, nor is it hidden. It is being gathered into a glory you cannot yet imagine, a glory that will one day burst forth, making sense of every sorrow, redeeming every regret. Until then, keep walking, keep praying, keep hoping. The light is coming, and you are seen.